G'day, I'm Crybaby Cowboy, and this week we're starting a Chook series, starting with the bloody basics of roasting a whole chook. Buying a whole roast chook from a supermarché is cute, and you can do that. Then crack on to the following videos in this series if you want, but if you're wanting to make a bloody top-notch roast chook, doing it yourself guarantees that, and then you'll have a whole chicken, which is cheaper than buying all of the parts separately. This is sensual because you'll be utilising all of the roast chook, and is a lusty method of preparation which will seduce people in droves. Grab your chook out, preferably fresh, not frozen, also preferably coming up to room temperature or even out of the fridge for 20 minutes. Take a sec to use a piece of paper towel to pat the chook dry. The drier you get it, the crispier the skin can get. Season the inside and outside of the chook. To try and avoid washing your hands too many times, get your lemon wedges ready before you start handling the chook. And once you've pat it dry, start seasoning. Get it up inside the clacker, even if you have to bloody throw it or just put some extra on the plate and rub it in later. Ram your lemons right up there. These are some frozen quartered lemons that I had, but you can use fresh ones if you have them. If you've done it right, you'll only need to wash your hands after you've pat the chook dry, and then after you've massaged your bird. Sounds dirty. Grab a baking dish. To make washing up easy, whack some foil and baking paper into your dish. Fill with 1 cup of rice to 1.5 cups of water, or whatever it says on the package, and also about a stock cube to make like 1 cup of stock. I had to use half because this one makes 2 cups, and that'll season the rice. I had a mare and run out of white rice, so I had to add in some brown too, which will mean they'll cook at different rates, but oh well. Top and tail an onion, then cut it in half and peel the cack bit off the outside. Whack it in the bottom of the dish, and this will flavour the rice but also act like a trivet to keep the chook above the water. Use a second onion if you need, if your chook's so big that it's going to flop all over the place. Leave your chook in the oven without opening the door all the time. You want to give it whatever its weight is and whatever the time is that the internet recommends. After about 40 minutes, I think, I took it out, and then if you're not sure, you just stab it in a thick part, which is what I did with a toothpick, and if the juices run clear, it's cooked. If they run sort of milky, then you put it back in and let it finish cooking, and that's it. And then once they were running clear, I stopped cooking it because it was cooked, and all of the juices will fall into the rice. If you're finding that your rice takes longer than the chook to cook, just take the chook off and leave the rice to keep going in the oven. And that is how you roast a chook with an oven. As opposed to what else, Jim? Now that you can have a roast chook, we'll look at breaking it up into its different parts and making several dishes with it, and then it's sensual. This has been the bloody basics of roasting a chook. Keep watching for other things that we do with it. Oh yeah, I'm Crybaby Cowboy, Bonza Pedate. I had plans that I cancelled, Jim. I cancelled a wedding for this, Jim. It was my wedding. Yeah. I told you. Nah, she's pretty angry. I don't like my chances.